Dear Annie, I cheated on a Socratic, I think. The thing is, I still don't really see what I did wrong. Last month, I had an entire week of tests. That Monday alone, I had a math test, a French presentation, and a Socratic, all in the first half of the day. I was freaking out at lunch, and someone who had my English teacher second period came over and sort of guided me towards the general concepts I should know. They told me the theme, symbols, etc., that I should know, so I prepped accordingly, and actually, I did really well in that Socratic. After that, it kind of became a habit for us to talk about English at lunch. She would never tell me specific questions, just general things. The thing is, though, I've never been that great of an English student, and I didn't think far enough ahead to actually begin participating now that I knew what I was talking about. One day after a test, my teacher pulls me aside and asked if I'd been cheating. I said no, but she scheduled a meeting with the department chair and my parents anyway. I was being honest, I didn't cheat. I didn't know any specific questions in advance, it was just general things. What's the big deal? Everyone does it, right? Sincerely, confused.
Dear Annie, I'm such a screw-up. I can't get one thing right. All I had to do was get a passing grade in physics. A D. Not an A or a B, the kind of grade other kids cry about I was struggling for. But of course, I didn't do anything normal to get that D. I didn't write down test notes on my hand or copy formula on the back of a calculator. No. I asked my friend to slip into the classroom while I talked to my science teacher outside about a lab. She went in and changed my grade from whatever I'd gotten to an 80%, and my grade was saved. This isn't an apology letter. I don't regret what I did. I have the grade I need, and there's no way this can get back to me. It just won't leave me the hell alone. Sincerely, Guilt.
Dear Annie, you know how there's early onset Alzheimer's? I'm pretty sure I've got early onset senioritis, meaning that I'm just barely a second semester sophomore, and yet somehow my grades, which are usually pretty solid, are nearly all borderline. I can't let my grades slip. My parents would murder me in cold blood if that happened. They're counting on me to get into a good college. Not for my own benefit, mind you, just so they can show me off like a show pony. I'm not doing it for me. I'm not staying up past midnight every other night for me. I just don't have the will to try anymore. So you know what I did? Last Tuesday, I was taking history notes while simultaneously stressing about a chem test, when I realized that my friend had already taken the test. I sat at my desk for a minute, and then I pulled out my phone and texted my friend. She sent me all the answers she'd gotten to that test. I took that test the next day, and you know what? I got a 95. If anyone ever finds out about what I did, the best grade I could pull off in that class is a 70. And that's if I get an A on every single other assignment. It was one slip up. I knew better, but I was stressed, and at the time, I didn't know better. Where do I go from here? Sincerely, parental pressure.
Dear Annie, I'm an athlete. I play soccer. I've been playing my whole life. You know how people talk about being in their element? Yeah, soccer is my element. There's no better feeling for me than just being out on that field, only as of last week, I wasn't allowed on it anymore. My coach pulled me aside and informed me that I needed a 3.0 to stay on that team. My math grade last semester tanked me, and I was no longer on a team. Maybe it was that sinking feeling in my stomach that I was thinking of when I asked my friend to send me a picture of his quiz. He had Giles, who's like the chillest teacher ever. He doesn't care about using phones or any of that, and my friend knew this. He got his quiz back and waited for the general flurry of, "What'd you get? What'd you get?" to ensue, took a picture, and sent it to me. I took the quiz later on in that day. I got an A. My grade was better, and I was finally back doing what I loved. I didn't do this for any ulterior motive. It was soccer. My passion. I'm not a bad person, right? Sincerely, student athlete. And these are the stories we always hear. I was stressed. It was a one-time thing, a product of pressure, a quick fix.
It's always just so much easier to take a shortcut. And it's not very hard to find one either. Ask someone on the test, then bam, you just got the answers to questions 10 and 14. Everyone does it. It's not really a big deal, is it?
No one really listens to the horror stories your teachers tell you at the beginning of a semester. Kid caught cheating, parents called in, high A student reduced to barely getting by.
Or academic
Academic
dishonesty, the ostentatious way to say cheating.
The word that is instilled into kindergartners' minds to mean bad, wrong, dishonest. In their black and white world, it's just about as dark as you can get, but it's no longer as simple as black and white or right and wrong. Grays have entered the picture, and the word has changed.
It's funny how people always try to justify cheating. But if you have to justify something, it's usually inherently wrong to begin with. Sure, maybe everyone else does it, or maybe your friend didn't think she was doing anything wrong. Maybe you did it for the right reasons, or maybe you didn't do it for the right reasons, but in your head, what you were doing wasn't a crime. But if you had to come up with all of that to back yourself up, you know something is out of place here.
I don't know what to tell you. People come to us asking for advice, and it's our job to give them solutions, a job we're usually pretty good at. But this is where we always fall short. There are no blanket statements here, nothing we can say to suit your every situation. Here, there's nothing for us to do.
I can't give you a clear-cut answer, but I'll try to answer as best I can anyway. Ever since you were born, you've been shaping and molding yourself into who you are now. Except when you're little, your parents helped you to do this.
You're older now. You've glimpsed the world and so many of its faces, and maybe you don't want that helping hand to shove you in the right direction. Maybe you just want the independence and the space to breathe, to make your own decisions, that freedom you're looking for. It's right here. And these decisions that you find so difficult, these decisions towards honesty. And as much as you might not agree with me, these decisions matter. There might not be any real consequences now, but now is practice for forever. These decisions you make will become habits, and these habits will become who you are.
If you consistently take shortcuts, don't put any effort forward, and manufacture any good fortune you get by cheating and lying to get by, this will be what defines you going forward. But since when is change ever an impossibility? Sure, you cheated one time or made a habit of it, sure. This doesn't have to define you. Look at who you are now, look at what you want to be in the future, and change anything about yourself that doesn't fit the mold. And if that means stopping yourself from cheating and lying to get by, then you know what you need to do.